Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Just a quick update, not too much happened today, so there is not much need to talk about. A lot of price action here on the Bitcoin chart, but I will still discuss the micro patterns. Then we want to talk about the Bitcoin dominance chart as well. So we haven't done that in a while, so because the price action itself hasn't really changed today, we want to take a look at the Bitcoin dominance chart just to see what might be ahead, for altcoins and overall the crypto sector. Quick info here about Bitcoin. This is just really an intraday update. You can see that the price has continued to form higher highs and higher lows. We are still in the resistance area, haven't broken above key resistance, which is located at 59,900. Why is that level so important? Because it is the level when the sell-off started here. Well, first of all, here actually, around the 14th of August, we had a sell-off that started from there. Then more importantly, I think here on the 15th of August, this strong sell-off. And then also yesterday, the sell-off started from that level. So it is possible we test that level again. Don't need to test it again, but only if we get above it. I think that there could be a bit of a mini short squeeze maybe, because there might be a lot of stop loss orders, or let's say stop losses might be sitting above these previous swing highs. A lot of short sellers have probably entered the market there. At least it looks like it, yeah. So we have seen a break of the trend line to the upside, and that did, let's say, lead to a little bit more upside. There was a little bit more upside momentum today, but all that, we really just pushed into resistance in a very, very choppy way. Is it possible wave B has topped now? And I'm talking about wave B of the fourth wave or the B wave in yellow. Yes, it's possible this B wave topped. I would need further confirmation. I'd say if we now break below that last low at 59,350, that could really trigger a stronger sell-off down into the orange support region. So this is absolutely what we need to pay attention to. So the levels haven't changed. Resistance is currently being respected. The uptrend is certainly slowing down. On the way down, I would definitely pay attention to these other support levels in the box, 58,750 and 58,490. As long as we're holding above 58,120, I'm watching for higher prices. I'd like to see the price go up further. I mean, who doesn't? Most people would like to see the price go up further and form this diagonal pattern that we discussed in the previous videos. But I'm not so, I'm just highlighting what other levels, as long as we're holding above the box, it is more likely that this pathway is followed. Below 58,121, this will become far less likely, and it will become more likely that we are heading down into the mid 40K region. 43K is, for example, an absolute key support level. So below, what I'm saying is below 58,120, which is a key pivot, the more bearish outcome becomes much more likely. Until that level breaks, however, there is no strong confirmation for a substantial top. There could be a local top, but for now I would just observe, or I would not just see this as a C wave down, yeah? So, and then pay attention to the 59,900 level. I mean, that's the yellow line, that's really critical. And overall, yeah, I'm just following here the pattern. In terms of micro patterns, the C wave down would be a 5-wave move. So it is possible this is a 1-2, and we're doing this, yeah? But this would need to be confirmed, this 5-wave move to the downside, with a break below that intraday low here. Was it the intraday low? No, it wasn't. The last low at 59,350. And then obviously taking out these previous lows here from today, that would add further to that here. That was around 59,100. Overall, not much price action. I wanted to take another look at Bitcoin dominance. Before we do that, quick info. Today, we're going to send out our newsletter. There will be a NASDAQ analysis in there, an altcoin analysis, lots of other stuff, announcements, infos and everything. You can register. There's a direct link in the description, but you can also just go to the website, mcoglobal.com, go to resources and click on the newsletter section. Then you can just register here and then you will get it. I'll probably send it out in a couple of hours. So if you're interested in it to receive it also in future, then yeah, you can register here. Now let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. So this Bitcoin dominance chart obviously indicates sort of the relationship between altcoins and Bitcoin. And at the moment, the trend is up. It still is up. It's been up since September 22. And there is no sign a top is in place. But we've now reached a key pivot. We've reached, yes, the resistance area already in, when was that? December last year. It's a standard resistance area here, Fibonacci resistance. But now we've actually reached one of the most important levels here, the 61.8 retracement at 58.1%. Okay, it could still push a little higher to get there. I think it's not quite there, didn't quite touch that level. But this is going to be an absolute key level to watch for possible resistance. Also, if we zoom out, you see here a triangle pattern, and it now has, 4 touch points. So the upper boundary line is relevant. I mean, if this is going to form a top at some point, this would be the ideal spot to do it. Of course, it could push a little bit higher. I'm always a fan of just judging the chart based on what it's doing now. The trend is still up, but we have some resistances. And you can see that here, the trend line is currently being respected. I mean, if it wasn't relevant, surely there wouldn't have been exactly at the trend line a reaction, right? So it is something interesting. It is obviously not yet a topping signal, but it is now definitely a time I'd be watching this chart. And historically, whenever that strong decline started, as it did here in 2020, that was an altcoin season. Now, at the moment, there is no altcoin season, and until we see a topping signal, I would be extremely careful with altcoins. The time might come, and probably will come, where altcoins will outperform Bitcoin again, even if it might just be temporary, might just be a few weeks or so, and it hasn't started yet. So until we can call an altcoin season in place, or in play, be careful with altcoins. Because only then it really makes sense to go in heavy on altcoins, because until then Bitcoin is outperforming. Obviously, there will always be the exceptions, even in an altcoin season, there will be underperforming altcoins. And even now, there are altcoins that are outperforming Bitcoin. So there will always be the exception. This is just a very broad look across the sector. So that's the update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.